Well, hello everyone. Guess where I'm at today? This is the Ark Encounter. As you know, I'm a huge supporter of Answers in Genesis, pun intended. I'm not going to give you an extensive tour of the Ark. I have two focuses today for the vlog. And one of them is tonight I'm breaking a 3-day fast. It's the longest I've done since I've been on this lifestyle. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it using a buffet that is here. It'll be fun. The second reason is to actually show you a bit more about the photograph that was taken of me, the mini mega me photo. Yeah, thank you. So here you go. This is what it looks like. These are all cameras in the posts. I like this. Why are the living quarters so nice? This is my favorite section of the Ark Encounter. So the thinking is this is the third deck and the skylights are just above. So this would have been the area where there would have been the most light to actually grow some plants. So this is sort of an indoor garden. And look at that, it's very keto friendly here. Anything that says salad will have sauces in it, and that's very likely sweet, all of it. We've got Caesar salad. So minus the croutons, that would be okay. The green beans, collard greens, that I could have. And the Brussels sprouts. Now, they are absolutely delectable. Barbecue riblets, anything barbecue sauce guaranteed has way too much sugar in it. So there's one thing that I did bring in from outside because I'm breaking a fast. And one of the things that is very important when you break a fast is to do it slowly and not eat too much. And not all too quickly. So for me it's been 3 days, so therefore I am going to have some bone broth. This is by recommendation of several YouTubers. One in particular that I know very well is I've been watching him for several months, is Thomas de Lauer. And Thomas de Lauer has recommended bone broth. And he loves this particular brand. It's not cheap, and I have not been able to find it in Canada, so I ordered it into the US, and it's called the Kettle and Fire. So I'm gonna have this, and I'll wait half an hour, probably drink some water too, but I'm gonna wait half an hour before going to the buffet. So cheers. Very plain, and I do feel that it needs some salt. Now, I'm not going to go for the regular table salt, but I have a low salt, and that is it's only 1/3 sodium chloride table salt. It's 2/3 potassium chloride. So a lot of people would know about potassium chloride if you ever got dehydrated. They usually give you potassium chloride pills. Sometimes they call it slow K, K for the symbol, the chemical symbol for potassium. So slow K is time release. In this case, it doesn't matter. Now, this salt I also add to my coffee, which is why I carry it in my car. I sweeten my coffee with stevia, and I would not call it sweet, just to get rid of most of the bitterness of the potassium chloride. It's a bitter salt. One of the things I have to be careful of, because I'm fasting, I am drinking water, and I'm drinking coffee with very moderate cream, and I'm adding salt to it. The ketogenic diet in itself is a diuretic, so it does deplete your body of some of the salts, especially potassium and magnesium. So it is important to actually add salt in your diet. Don't drink something that tastes way too excess salty. Salt to taste. So I found this bone broth very plain, but I added the salt to it, and and not too much. It's not salty where it's a blah. It's actually still, in my opinion, a little bit on the plain side. But I'm going to have more opportunity eating foods, especially the greens, the salad greens, where I'll be able to get some potassium mainly and some magnesium from there. So there is one thing that they have here, iced tea. If you're a Canadian, you know that American iced tea tastes like nothing. Even the sweetened stuff is not as sweet as the Canadian stuff, which says a lot. But here, you have a choice. You can get sweetened and unsweetened, and the unsweetened is actually just black tea. It's chilled down. So to this, I'm gonna add some stevia, and a little bit goes a long way. Well, that's almost too much. Now, would I add salt to this? No. Again, I know that I'm going to be eating some greens and veggies. Yes, now it tastes like the American sweet tea. Still bland with just some sugar sweetness. I don't know what makes it different, but it's definitely not like the Canadian stuff. Now I have the salad. There are maybe 2 cherry tomatoes in there, which I just grabbed, but it's romaine lettuce with cheese, and a good 4 or 5 cups there. I'd say 4 cups. And no toppings. The sauces and dressings you have to stay away from. You have no idea what's in them. Now, if this were a table service restaurant, the first thing I would do is tell them, instead of bringing a dressing, bring olive oil. And then they'll come with a 1 or 2 ounce container with olive oil, and I just drizzle that on top of the salad. Here today, I am stuck with not having that luxury, and so I'm actually just going to eat this undressed, a naked salad. All right, so here's my second plate. I did go back for more salad. By the way, the salad includes some bits of egg in it, which is hardly any, so it hardly mattered. I have some cottage cheese hiding there. Try not to take too much dairy, but right now I feel great. My body's not reacting, I'm just eating slow. I have green beans, I have cauliflower and broccoli a little bit, and a carrot that managed to get in there, and 2 Brussels sprouts. I don't think they have a sauce on them, like a thick sauce. There's garlic, there's probably some salt. So I'm gonna do a taste test. If there's anything I have a little doubt on, but I'd really love to have, is these guys. So I hope that by tasting it, I can find out whether there's any sweetness in there that I should avoid. And being on keto for 5 months, the sweetness is a lot more detectable. So the only problem is starches are just as bad, and starches do not have that sweet taste. Unless, I guess, if you eat it slow enough and allow your saliva to do some initial digestion, and if it starts turning sweet, then you know you have some starches. So here's giving it a try. That is way too delicious. It tastes so good, there's got to be sugar in it, you know. You can be caught by that. I don't know, a good smoked salmon can taste so delicious too, and there's no sugar in that. If anything, it's an oily sauce, it's not a thickened sauce. So it should be okay. The only problem is I forgot to bring my ketone meter with me on the trip. So I won't find out until I return home tomorrow. Find out whether I can put myself out of ketosis. We'll find out. All the rest is pretty well guaranteed it won't kick me out of ketosis. So if anything does, these are the culprit. Eat hearty, my friends. The green beans. There was a little bit of oil, and one thing about oil is I highly doubt they were using olive oil. They're probably using some quote-unquote vegetable oils, which are really seed oils and highly processed. Definitely something that you normally would not want to put on your diet. Now it's time for the meat. I'm probably going to grab a few Brussels sprouts yet. So here we go. This is my third plate, and I did go for more Brussels sprouts, also some cauliflower broccoli. Whatever was left, they are probably putting out a new tray now. Hiding over here is one of those meatballs, saucy meatballs. There could be all kinds of things in there, starches, especially breads. So I'm going to be very careful. I might not eat even the whole thing. And then I have what I would say is about 4 ounces worth of pot roast. That would represent a very a decent ketogenic dinner. After I put these Brussels sprouts on my plate, I asked them, how are they made? They said they were deep fried. Now, that's sort of what they taste like. Now, it's a little more scary because, of course, you don't know what kind of oils they're using. It's a garlic parmesan sauce that they add to it. So they claim there's no sugar. If I would make them at home, I would grill them and drizzle them with olive oil. The meatball, I had half of that. Definitely not sweet, and couldn't taste much of the sauce on it, but it's soft. And that usually means there's a lot of bread, could be egg, but you just don't know. So unless you can ask them for the ingredients, and I didn't bother doing that for the meatballs. And pot roast, I think I have more like 5 ounces here, probably more than I need. I don't even know whether I can finish the plate because I'm starting to get the whole plate pangs. But there you go, in a process of an hour and a half. It looks like I cannot eat it all, and that's okay. It's a buffet after all. And you may be wondering, oh, what I would have done if I had not found enough to eat here. Well, back at the hotel, I have an avocado waiting for me. I might still eat that later in the evening, or keep it for tomorrow. The problem is I cannot cross the border with fruit, so I don't want to throw it out either. Mini Megami approves of this message. He wishes that he had known about this diet a year ago. But today I'm 29% to my goal of normal weight. Worshipping him in all my strength. This is Jeffrey. To God be the glory.